When introducing the silent E rule, there are several things that you need to keep in mind because although this seems like a very simplistic rule, it is really difficult for beginning readers. If you think about sounding out a word from left to right, once they get to silent E syllables, they start at the left and go to the right, say the short vowel sound, and then when they get to the E, realize that they have to go back and change what the vowel is saying. So there are definitely complications. With younger students, I would definitely teach each one independently. And you can teach them the rule that vowel consonant E, the E can only jump over one letter, usually, and make the vowel say its name. So if you are looking for your salmon cards, they are cards number 6 through 10, and there are 5 of them taught in the same order that the closed syllables were, first with A and then moving on to the more complex ones of U and E. When you're doing trace copy cover for this rule, I would be careful about how you do it. I think that when people trace the letter A and then a dash and then an E and say A blank E says A, that's somewhat confusing for students because there is no such thing as a blank. I think the same thing when people write an A and a CE and children say A consonant E because that gets them to think that it's only when it's the letter C. So when I do this, I have them trace A and a dash E. However, they're saying A consonant E says A. Same thing for I and O. When you get to U, though, depending on how much of a beginner your student is, you may have to do one of these at a time. First with U consonant E says U, and then come back and do U consonant E says U or U. If they have a little bit more experience and they really are pretty solid with the first couple of silent E syllables, then I would say you could do them both together. You do need to be cautious though about E consonant E, and the reason for that is that there are extremely few words in the English language that are one syllable words. It's the reason why in your box 1 of your cards there is not an E consonant E deck. Have them read, have them spell, and at first you can just have them practice spelling words, like spell the word safe, and they'll use their SOS, and if they write SAF, which will probably happen a lot at the beginning, you can just prompt by saying, and how do you make the A say its name? Right, you need an E at the end. Good thinking. Once you've done a couple of silent E syllables, I would say that it's really powerful to have them flex that vowel back and forth between the closed syllable and the silent E. And I would do that for both reading and for spelling. When you do it for spelling, I wouldn't do it exactly as I've shown you on here, meaning I wouldn't dictate mad and then made and then man and then main, but rather make a variety of words that are either closed syllables or silent E's. In this case, just the A consonant E.